I think a lot of teachers accidentally pick the wrong side hustle because they're comparing the wrong things. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. So let's compare two very common side hustles. We've got tutoring and we've got teachers pay teachers. So tutoring has some great things going for it, right? You already know how to teach. You don't have as much of a learning curve. You can make quick cash, pretty fast. And you don't necessarily have to learn a bunch of new technology to get started, especially if you're tutoring in person. But even if you're tutoring remotely, chances are you've taught in front of a camera before, especially if you've taught through COVID. But there are some trade-offs, right? So as a tutor, you might be giving up your evenings and or weekends because you need to be available when your students are available. And especially if you're working with, students K through 12, that could be, more of the time that they're available. Also, if a student cancels, for example, depending on how you have it set up, that could, put a dent in your monthly budget if you lose that income. So now let's look at teachers pay teachers. So the downside is that it takes longer to start seeing money come in, right? It takes time to build the store. It takes time to build and list your products, to study the market, to start to build an audience and that kind of thing. But once you have a resource listed and once people have found you and discovered your high quality resources, they're much more likely to come back. And so you have that flexibility of, nobody's waiting for you at a specific time. You don't have an appointment, like you would with a student, for example. So you could work on it, 30 minutes one night and then a few hours on a Saturday. And then, it can ebb and flow with what else do you have going on in your life. I know a lot of teachers have busier seasons than others. Obviously, summer can be a lower busyness season, even though there are still obviously things that teachers have to do during the summer. But anyway, what else? Yeah, so instead of just thinking about which side hustle is gonna quote unquote make the most money, be thinking about how is it gonna be fitting your life right now. And yeah, so just take that into account as you are picking. And if you'd like some help getting started, I'm linking below to my 7 side hustles for teachers who are already tired, which is a great starting place for those of you who are looking to build sustainable side hustles in the margins around your teaching job. All right, thanks for tuning in, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.